This is Tim Willis, an ongoing with copy of OBS and built-in laptop microphone. This is another video from No-Ad Funnel Hacker. So this is going to be another video about the tool belt in Barnum PT, which is a free extension from ClickFunnels you can add to Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, or Firefox as a browser extension. Everything we'll be doing in the series videos is the free version, so you don't have to pay anything. Also, you do not need to have a ClickFunnels account to use Barnum PT. Barnum PT is essentially a Swiss Army knife of useful tool for funnel builders and funnel hackers. Now that we've said that, let's go ahead and look at Barnum PT. So this is the barnumpt.com/free page. And so this is where you would go install Barnum PT for free. In addition to the browser extension, you do need to create an account because everything that you save with Barnum PT is collected in a dashboard. And so you need to have that to access any screen images you share and do a lot more. Again, there's no cost to sign up and use the dashboard. And that's a really handy feature to have. Now today, we're going to be looking at Barnum PT, and we're just going to go ahead and use this Barnum PT sign up page to analyze. So we're going to launch Barnum PT by clicking our icon. I have it pinned to the desktop. In a previous video, I showed how to use the full page tool. And I'm going to go ahead and do that again, just so we can make a comparison on the other things we'll be looking at in this video. So we'll click on full page. And we want to leave this window open until we get done. Otherwise, it won't capture the full page screenshot. There'll be a brief period where it processes. And then it'll bring up our dashboard. And it will default to the image viewer where we'll see the image that we just saved. And you see it's a full page screenshot. And that'll be saved in our screenshots area that's in the toolbar on the left-hand side. So having done that, you see we have options here to download as an image, download as a PDF, add it to a folder, or delete it. And so this interface we're looking at here is going to come into play with the next two things we're going to look at, which are similar but different to the full page tool. Let's go back to our Barnum PT site. We're going to launch Barnum PT, and this time we're going to choose Viewport. So Viewport works like traditional print screen tool that you have on any computer, where it just takes a picture of what's appearing on the desktop screen. And so it's not going to be a full page screenshot. And you also don't have the ability to select what's going to be showing. It's just going to copy whatever is on your desktop screen, and that's it. All the same things about our options are the same as with the full page screenshot. So that can be handy if you just need part of the screen. You don't want to do a full page. And then we're going to drill down and go even more granular with this concept. So back on the Barnum PT sign up page, we're going to launch the Barnum PT tool belt again. And that tool belt is what this whole panel is called. And we're going to go to section this time. Now, you notice that now we have a crosshair that moves as we move our cursor on the screen. This takes a little getting used to, because what we're able to do is select just a certain area of the screen, like this text here. And we do that by holding down our finger on the mouse button until we copy the part we want, which is outlined in gold, and then we release our finger. And it's going to save a screenshot of just that. And there you can see it right there. Now, where this takes a little adjustment to get to is that when you are in the mode to use the section tool, you actually need to have what you're going to select fully on the screen, because you can't scroll down when you're trying to select. And let me go ahead and show you that. So we'll go ahead and launch the selection tool. And we will try to copy this image here. And you see there's no way of scrolling down. Even if I try to use my arrow buttons on my keyboard, I can't do it. So it's going to go ahead and say that screenshot one for at least on the mouse. We don't want to keep it, so we can just trash it. So if I wanted to capture that picture, I would need to actually first scroll down where it's fully visible on my desktop, and then bring up Barnum PT, click on the section tool, and now I can capture the whole thing. And so this is useful if maybe you just want to capture part of what's on the screen for whatever reason. And it works very much like the snipping tool in Windows. I'm sure there's a equivalent to that for Apple devices. And then we release our finger off the mouse button. It's going to bring that up in our dashboard, and then we can save it. Now, one other thing I'm going to go and talk about, because I should have talked about it on the video on the full page tool, but it applies to all these tools we've looked at so far: the full page, the viewport, and the section tools. Is you have a button called folder, and if we click on that, it shows us folders that I've created. In order to create a folder, we have to actually leave this area and go to where it says folders. We want to search. Let's see. Let's type search for funnel. And you see it just brings you up to only one that has the word funnel in the name. Also, you can open each folder, clicking the open button, or you can delete using the trash can icon. And then if we want to create a new folder, we click on the new folder button. We're going to give it a name, and we'll call this one BPT section samples. And we add notes if we want to. It's not required. We can add a color here if we want to, either using a hex code or using the color palette. And we'll just go ahead and make this one blue color. Why not? I generally don't make them colors, but if you want to, that's up to you. And we'll click on create folder. All right, now you see that we have this folder here. We don't have anything in it right now. So what we're going to do is go to our screenshots area by clicking on screenshots on the left-hand toolbar. And you see on this page, most of the folders have been set for these captures, but there is this one here that does have its own folder, and you see the name of the folder. So you would just have to add them individually like that. Go back, open, add the folder, and then open, add the folder. And that way you can put related things in folders, and that will make it a little easier to organize, because you can always go to your folder section and just click on the folder on something like Epic Pitch Challenge 1. If we click on the name, it tells us how much we have of each thing. And so all we have now is 2 screenshots. And there's our screenshots there. And that one we can load up. And it's a full page screenshot. We go back. Here. And you can see that's a PDF capture of an email. So we covered the viewport, we covered the section tool, and we also covered how to organize your screen captures in the folders in Barnum PT. That's going to be the video for now. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. because we're all just trying to rearrange deck chairs on the RMS algorithm. And other than that, my name is Tim Willis. So that's going to be it for now. I'll talk to you later.